Let's get in.
All right, I know I scheduled this one for 9:50, but I'm happy to be doing this topic, so I'm just going to start early and let's do it. G.G. Allin. G.G.
Well,
Allin,
how will
rock and
Russell
roll
know that we're
terrorist.
here?
How will he know?
Yeah. How do
I'll
we?
tell him. I'll tell him. I'll say streaming. We here now.
We're gonna talk to him. He's gonna like respond to us like 10 minutes. We gotta get him. We gotta get him covering our show and us covering his show simultaneously. We can't have. We're not gonna be able to communicate with him if he keeps going on his Gigi Allen shtick.
Do you think that? What? So okay. So he was on our last stream on the
It
non-bus.
doesn't make any sense to me that he's locked out of StreamYards and can't get in.
Okay. So I wish I wasn't so weird with it, you know?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, I become friends with Sam Hill, and then I become friends with Russell, and then I become friends with you, and then you all hate each other, and then it's like, how do I
Who hates each other?
navigate that? What?
Wait, who hates each other?
Mainly Russell and Sam.
Okay. See, I don't hate anybody and nobody hates me. So
But that's because me and you are wishy-washy, non giving a shit people who don't actually care about how our friends treat other people.
speak for your own drip and pussy over there,
Oh,
okay?
you're not saying the same. Okay, so if I do the same thing, is that not the same thing you're doing?
What do you mean?
So if I'm disloyal for being, if I'm disloyal to Russell for being friends with Sam, then how are you not disloyal to Russell for being friends with Sam?
I don't play the property owning of people game whatsoever. I mean, it's like talk to Tyrone. Tyrone came to my house for Halloween and went out instantly with my enemies, and that's fine with me because my enemies are never going to take Tyrone away from me. You know, I wish they would. I wish that I could share custody with somebody, but they're not, you know? Like it's like anybody my friends, I'm not worried about my friend, and I that's a rigmarole that I will never get into, you know. I can evaluate people on their own. I don't pick I don't hate people for people. It's just not something that I do. And I think that Russell has said that he's fine with Sam being on the program. I mean, Russell has some axes to grind, some bones to pick with Sam, and I said let's just cover it. I said give me the valuation, give me the pitch, show me the Venn diagrams, show me the evidence, show me what Sam has done. You know, it's like of course Sam's annoying, but everyone's annoying in the like but uh, I don't want your hatred to get in the way of my hatred. I don't want your love to get in the way of my love. I reserve the right to love and hate every lesbian out here, and to vacillate between that from second to second or moment to moment as however I wish. I think Russell gets weighed down a little bit by trying to be a real human being on the internet, and he shouldn't worry about it too much. What are your thoughts?
Um, the idea of property is interesting. I never thought of it that way. I never accused anybody of taking property. It wasn't really
What?
about that. You
I'm
said,
saying people as your property. You're saying how can you be on a stream with Russell and Sam, and how are you not betraying your loyalty to Russell or Sam because they hate each other and you're on the same? It's like that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't treat people are not. If you're my friend or you're not my friend, you're talking shit about me or you're not talking shit about me or whatever the fuck. I don't take people as property, you know? I'm never going to be like upset by you being friends with anybody or being enemies with anybody, you know?
I get that. No, okay. So I respect that and I understand that. What I'm saying is, when it comes to Russell, if it bothers him that you're talking to Sam Hill, how do you navigate that?
I don't think that it does. And I don't think that, like, it's like, I think that's just a stream killer. I think anything like that should be talked about on stream, you know? Like, I'm not like on YouTube. It's like these YouTube relationships and quarrels and whatever. It's like, it's only sometimes it's not even that interesting, but it's only interesting like if you're talking about it with the real people on YouTube to me. Otherwise, why would I even like be? Otherwise, I have zero investment. Russell Cooke says, "LOL, I'm okay with Sam Hill." I think this is a
Okay.
you problem.
No,
This
it's
is your
not.
own lesbian
No,
conviction.
no. I'm just not understanding if it's a tech problem or a not wanting to be around.
No, Russell wouldn't lie about his. Russell is streaming about Gigi Allen right now, trying to get through to us. And you're like, you just disrupted this whole trying to get on stream with him to talk about this controversy that doesn't even really exist. And Sam's not even here. Is this the best it's ever been?
Yeah. In fact, it is the best it's ever been.
I hope this isn't the best it will ever be.
Well, look, we don't rest on our laurels. We obviously raise the bar. We obviously do better. Barbell.
Olympic female weightlifting.
Yeah. And I know, honestly, we need that more. We need some cool boy energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think of Cool Boy? What was your opinion of him, seeing him on the show?
Did we see him?
Yeah, he was on the show.
When I was on?
Yeah.
But we didn't see his face, did we?
Oh, it's not all about appearances, okay?
Well, you said see
I just
him.
mean voice, whatever.
Okay, well then don't use the
So
words.
okay. So when you heard him on the stream, what did you think about him?
I thought he sounded like he has one of those like perennially, he has one of those like opiate voices and I thought he was serious. And then there was all the controversy from Russell in the chat saying that he was drunk and stuff. So I don't know. Like, I don't like, he seemed okay. Then he left.
Oh yeah, he is a little bit of a doxer. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
That. Yeah.
Why is he trying to come on the stream?
No, but I think that his energy could be good. But we can listen to Russell.
Gigi Allen said that he would have been a serial killer or a mass murderer if it wasn't for punk and rock and roll in general. Mr. Gigi Allen.
Russell sounding manly tonight.
Had quite the career.
Top
was
tier.
in a zillion different bands. Usually Gigi Allen and the.
Why is this not?
I guess the most well-known ones were Murder Junkies, of course, and he did an album called Murder Junkies with Anti-Scene.
Can you try and get him to cover our stream so that we can cover?
Yeah. So this is actually an old stream of his. This is an older stream of his. This isn't his current stream.
Russell, if you're live streaming, start trying to connect with us through a circumventus streaming capacity of the universal internet.
What?
In your own Virginian way.
What?
You know what I mean? I don't know if I've
Yeah.
tried this to communicate two streams through each other's streaming
Yeah.
due to a
What do
lack
you?
of StreamYard ability. This could be a historic lesbian event.
Wait. So what do you want to happen?
Tell Russell to try and talk to us through his stream.
But he's not doing a stream.
I thought this was him live streaming right
No,
now.
he's not doing. Russell is not doing a stream right now.
What?
This is an
Then what
old
is he
stream
doing?
that he wants us to cover
Oh,
in lieu of him not being here.
oh.
Are you getting it?
No, you're just letting Russell pull the weirdest lesbian power moves of all time over the
Is
whole
this a
fucking
power move?
program. We're gonna sit here and review Russell's Gigi Allen stream instead of talking to him on the Busters program.
Listen, I don't know what's going on with his internet. Clearly, that Virginia or whatever. I'm not doxing. Clearly,
No.
he's. I don't know if he said that.
I
But-
just like to say that. I meant like a girl named Virginia.
Oh. Virginia's always sleeping. Isn't that a song?
Yeah.
So that's so it's gonna be interesting. Let's just cover like a little bit of it at least.
Okay.
Just see what it's about.
Let's get into it. I won't try to
Actually,
talk
I was going to say, no, Jeff Clayton of Anti-Scene has sang for the Murder Junkies before, since Gigi Allen's passing. But this is morning here where I'm at. Perfect time to start talking some Gigi. So this kind of combines, in an odd way, true crime a little bit and music. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, if you know the song Son of Evil, you already know this, but on August 29th of 1956, Jesus Christ Allin was born to Merle Colby Sr. and Arletta Allin. Merle Sr. had a vision that his second child, the first being Merle Colby Jr., which everyone knows as Merle, well, Merle Sr. had a vision that his second son was going to be the second coming of Jesus Christ. So his birth name was Jesus Christ Allin. I remember people thought that that was something that he was bullshitting about, but no. He was born Jesus. His middle name was Christ. His last name was Allin. August 29th, 1956. Hello, Spooky and Betty. Welcome to the Gigi Allen. That is going to be a tribute because you're not going to hear me really saying that much bad about him because I have to admit that my life for 20 some, maybe 30 years, very entertained by this man and his music and just reading interviews with him and stuff. Gigi Allen. Underrated for his sense of humor, I think. Might have been a real fucked up sense of humor, but okay, so starting off, young Jesus Christ, parents Merle and Arletta, older brother Merle Jr. Well, Merle Sr. was a pretty demented man. He was a drinker. He was always threatening to kill his family, even going so far as to digging graves and claiming he was going to kill them and himself. See, I'm saying all kinds of stuff that you're not supposed to say on YouTube, but since I'm not running commercials or anything, I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about the old G-ops. But anyway, so young Jesus Christ, terrible father, abusive to everyone, said his father hated pleasure. Hated pleasure. So maybe that's why Gigi was on, as the mentors would say, a never-ending search for pleasure, because his father hated pleasure. So finally, around 1961,
what does that mean to hate pleasure? Have you ever, I want to ask you, Trevor, have you ever had that discussion with your parents
What?
where they hated happiness or pleasure?
What?
Where they said life isn't about being happy?
Um, I think I'm a deeply feeling prone to depression genius, so they don't really take that angle with me. They kind of like want me to be happy.
That's a good answer. Russell
He's saying,
saying
yeah.
Russell saying this reminded me of my mom when telling me life isn't about being happy. I remember in that moment just thinking like, wow, the my parent who's supposed to raise me does not give a shit if I am a happy person.
But I don't think that's what that really is. I think like it's like when anybody says that, you have to remember that your parents are still just people with their own parent. And I like when somebody says something like that, I feel like that's your mom's interpretation of life and reality, you know? Like that's how she feels about the reality of life.
Yeah, like if they said that to me as an adult, I would accept it. But I was like
Oh,
5
you
years
were like
old.
years old. And
I
you were
was
like so happy, and she like smacked you in the face, and she was like, life isn't about being happy.
no. She didn't hit me, but she just like I said I wasn't happy, and she just said life isn't about being happy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like, what is that? I don't know. It just seems weird. So I just thought of that because Russell brought that up.
well, it's funny because you bringing that up about your mother brings up to me about my friend, the puppeteer, who he holds very near and dear to his heart that his mother said to him, I want so much more than happiness for you.
So much more than happiness. Wow. So what? Fulfillment? What does that mean?
Well, I think that a life where you grow and experience and achieve in some way the most is not an easy life of happiness. I think that it can be like, I don't know, happiness is not an easy thing. I mean, it is. I think I'm a generally happy person sometimes. I mean, I kind of got knocked. I'm still healing from many coinciding traumatic downturns, but um
Recent?
no, not really. I mean, it's like recent, like I wouldn't be interacting. No, now I'm interacting again, whatever. But yeah, I mean, happiness for me is tied up into like a lot of things. I don't know.
So you're talking short term versus long term, right?
What?
Short term happiness versus long term, right?
Happiness is a choice is a book that I read.
Okay. And is that
I'm trying to get. Ugh. How do I do this?
what? Now, somebody's saying Hipstar is stream sniping. I can already predict what he's gonna say.
What's he gonna say?
He's gonna say they're being too serious. They're, God forbid people talk about anything that's not involving doing backflips and talking about wrestling and spitting on the wall and snorting, cinnamon.
Shep.
What's up?
Oh, Russell, there were somehow HB was listening to you talk about G.G. Allin and his upbringing. And
Thank you. Can we go? I have an idea. Shep knows a lot that I did not include in the G.G. Allin story. So could you play it, and then Shep can stop whenever he wants to add something?
I don't want to add it. I've just seen the movie. You saw the documentary, right? I know you saw.
Right.
Yeah, but I took a different approach than you're talking about the Todd Phillips documentary, Hated. It came out in the early 90s.
Okay,
it's called Hated.
End? What city does Hated end in? It ends in San Antonio where it gets beat up. And
no, it ends in New York. He dies in New York City, and they show what happens.
The tour ends in San Antonio where he got beat up, and then he died later in New York City. But it's like 90% of him is showing his little dick and eating piss and shit. And
well, I don't even really go into that, so my take is completely different, I guess.
No, I mean your take is valid. But why did? But he did eat. You can.
I do go over that. I go over that stuff. Trust me.
But he had a tiny micro penis, right? And he
thorough research on this G.G. Allin. I promise.
He didn't punch any men, but he seemed to punch more women in the documentary than men, in my opinion. How about you?
Yeah, I think I mentioned all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see the full stream. Sorry.
Arletta, who was a very sweet woman. If you've ever seen the documentary Allin the Family, and Hated, I believe she's in that one too. I haven't seen Hated in years.
I gotta see Allin.
Anyway, very sweet woman gets divorced from Merle Sr. and Merle Jr. and Jesus Christ, who she renamed Kevin Michael Allin before he was registered for school, like kindergarten and shit. They move. They finally get to enjoy themselves. And they find themselves enjoying music. The Beatles and the Monkees and a lot of the British invasion groups.
Really?
All right. Okay. Sorry for the break. So Gigi and Merle, they get into music. Gigi starts playing drums and Merle starts playing guitar. And the early inspiration for them were Aerosmith, Kiss, Mott the Hoople, Monkees, and the Beatles, of course. They would have been really little kids.
Hey, Russell,
the Monkees and Beatles were out.
Split hairs with you, but are the Monkees considered British invasion? They only had one British guy in the Brit.
Well, no, I meant like Monkees, Beatles, and the British invasion, like stuff from 1964 to 1966. That whole era of like bands with long hair.
So, what's your idea of Paul Revere?
Oh my God!
They're like an American answer to the British invasion. They were like
Do you think maybe Gigi, listen to Paul Revere? Did he say, "Hey, those guys suck"?
Absolutely. I bet when he was a kid, he loved all that stuff. Is that Jarva doing that?
Yeah. You didn't know that Jarva's a mean girl. Mean girl doing mean girl
She's
stuff.
Like Rocky Erickson.
That's what mean girls do.
How you doing, Eddie M? And they became musicians. Gigi, his brother, I think okay, I should have checked into this more. I believe he and Merle were both in a band called Malpractice. But in any case, Gigi played drums for Malpractice, and there is a singles copulation. Whoops, I'm thinking about Gigi too much, huh? Compilation called "Expose Yourself," the singles, and you can hear the Malpractice single. Then he starts the Jabbers. Gigi Allin and the Jabbers. A lot of people, this is their favorite Gigi Allin stuff, is the stuff he did with the Jabbers. And I like it, but I think the best was yet to come, personally. But check out some Gigi Allin and the Jabbers. He sounds really young and almost kind of sweet. He's got a sweetness to his voice that he lost over time due to different singing techniques and stuff. So Gigi also got married kind of young. He was married. We'll leave out names. I don't want to dox his family or anything like that. Everyone knows Merle, so I'm not really, doxing him. But Gigi was married from 1978 to 1985, and with a different woman, he had a child, a daughter, that was born sometime in 1986. Okay, that woman left him, and the Jabbers left him around spring in 1984. And it took its toll on him. Gigi, as he was now known, began drinking a whole lot. He liked everything, though. I mean, he was into drugs and whatnot, too. But I think his favorite vice was Jim Beam, or just anything, probably. Like, if you've ever been a drinker, you pretty much will drink anything, but Jim Beam was his favorite. He even wrote a song, Hanging Out with Jim, about all his fond memories of being drunk. All right, he became fascinated with serial killers, became pen pals and buddies with at least John Wayne Gacy. He would visit John Wayne Gacy. And
wait, so he actually became buddies with John Wayne Gacy? This is like
he would visit him like family would in prison.
Okay. Now, is this before or after he was known as
I think this was probably around the time where he was getting pretty well known.
Okay.
Did you write to him, or how did it start?
Oh, this was John Wayne Gacy had already been in prison for about 10 years or so. So it was obvious that he was a serial killer.
No, but did Gigi Allin write to him, or how did they get together?
I think they started off as pen pals, and then he actually just started visiting him. And I think I say so in the stream, but Gigi said he was like a father to him. No shit.
Okay.
We gotta find someone like that for HB.
Considered him
a father figure?
Yeah, like a serial killer father figure.
Mother
figure.
That is true.
That is true.
Like a father figure. Hey, I just said it on the stream. So they would hang out and talk about torturing people and stuff like that, I'm going to imagine. So, Gigi. Okay, if anyone wants to know, I found out the first time that he did his notorious stage show was sometime in 1985. He relieved himself on stage. Probably both. He probably did a number 1 and a number 2. And his debut solo album, which I recommend. If you I've got some recommendations here. Eat My Fuck.
Eat My Fuck.
Eat My Fuck, the debut solo album by Gigi Allin. Wait, the Always Was, Always Is, Always Shall Be. I think that's what it's called. That's Jabbers. So yeah, debut album. Real low budget recording. See, the good thing about a lot of Gigi's music is that you can listen to it on a phone or something like that, and it sounds fine because it was back then. You had to rely on tape machines and stuff. So Gigi, like Lou Barlow, who I mentioned before, he was one of the pioneers of lo-fi, if you think about it. So Gigi, quite the musician, got in trouble a lot for his stage antics, but he was always putting out music. If you check out his discography, he did a lot of music. So he wasn't just fucking around crapping on stage and stuff. He was putting out a bunch of stuff. And I've heard probably most of it. I even was lucky enough to find some bootlegs of live Gigi Allin stuff. And that was fun. Years ago, I found a site that had a bunch of live Gigi Allin stuff.
So I just want to be clear, like, oh, Russell just fell off. So Gigi Allin, like he was just so good that his material, it didn't matter that he like was throwing shit and all that stuff. Like that overshadowed it because he was such a good musician.
Oh, I don't know if that. Some people might like him just because he shit on stage and did stuff like that. I'm just
interpretation. I think
I'm just going from me. I'm one of the people that actually likes his music. I don't really care about the stage, the shitting on stage and stuff. Because if you listen to his records, you're not going to get shit on listening to a CD of Gigi Allin's. Yeah.
All right. But you still know he's that kind of guy.
You imagine him shitting.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just imagine him just being like a smelling really bad and drunk.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, close. I know.
All right.
And he was quite the front man, I'll say. Definitely. I'd say he and El Duce, two of the best frontmen ever in a similar type of music. Scuzz rock, scum rock, whatever you want to call it. So Gigi is known for not just the defecation, but the self-mutilation, the beating up members of the audience, having oral sex performed on him by audience members. So this was a wild stage show. This was from what I can sort of gather is most of the time when Gigi and whatever band he had would be playing somewhere, the show would last about 15 minutes. He would move his bowels. He'd have already probably punched or hit a couple people in the face with the microphone. There's kind of like a little a melee, whatever you call it, type riot probably going on. I don't think he made that much money. He probably owed clubs money for damage and stuff like that. And he'd get the plug pulled on him within 15 minutes. So he really didn't get a chance to play a lot of really long live shows most of the time. Because once he started doing the stuff on stage, club owners and stuff got pissed off. And unfortunately, he got in more trouble. In Ann Arbor, Michigan, he was charged with assault, intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder on a woman. And he was in prison for that.
Less than
from,
murder?
Christmas, the 25th of December.
Less than murder? Did you say less than murder in there?
Yeah, that means that he tried to kill her. Technically. Like if you wanted to prove that he wanted to kill her, you could, but also the excuse that it was just extremely kinky sex holds up as well, I hate to say.
That's fucking all right. So that's
he
not
did like 3 years.
murder?
Yeah, it's less than attempted murder, but still pretty bad. He did 3 years.
Okay.
1989 to March the 26th in 1991. While in prison, he worked on lyrics and something called the Gigi Allin Manifesto, which, like the Unabomber Manifesto, I'm sure you can Google that if you would like to read it. I do believe I've read it before, and it's pretty interesting, so you might want to check that out. So Gigi now, he's been in music professionally for around 10 years. He's been imprisoned, even though the woman supposedly claimed that she wanted to be with Gigi and wanted to let him do anything he wanted to do with her. And I think that was the big mistake, is telling Gigi Allin that you can do anything you want to with me. Because you don't think that Gigi Allin would have been kind of into, let's call it, rough sex?
Well, what did he do? I mean, are we going to...
I set her pubic hair on fire and something else like that.
Oh,
Wow.
that's not so bad. I'm
I
like,
know,
oh,
that's fine.
no, but that's kind of funny. I feel like it would be hard to really injure, like, I don't know, unless she had a lot of pubic hair. I don't know.
You don't think that would cause? Okay.
I mean, have you tried it?
Stuff like that?
I've burnt
No.
my hair. You can burn your hair off.
Okay. No, I have not attempted to light my hair on fire.
What about your pubic?
No. Is that
So,
something you've
For the
tried?
show. For the show.
What? For the
Investigative
show, what?
Philadelphia investigative segment. BTS, bring the tape. Next bust.
Light your pubic hair on fire?
Yeah, the Hawks, how Hawks is the box.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
You gotta immerse it. This is Russell Cooke's music school. You said you want to know, you want to learn. This is part of the program.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into jackass stunts. Save that for drunk
Homework.
sport.
You're a skater.
I don't see why you would. I don't see why you would need to actually set your own pubic hair on fire, but you should beat up a woman and set her pubic hair on fire at least once in your life.
He does his own.
You are a swinger, dude. You could meet a really fucking crazy chick that's into that kind of shit.
You're off tonight.
No, I'm saying the women are into the rough sex shit.
Lesbian hormones are off the chart.
Why are you trying to cause me?
Not be, but the weird goth chicks into extreme genital mutilation and stuff like that. I mean, it does exist. I hate to say. I'm not saying I condone it, but it is out there. A subculture.
What, a subculture of what?
Bizarre. People into torture sex or whatever the fuck you call it.
Listen, I'm okay with torture, but like potentially burning yourself for permanently, that's a little.
Well, no, he set a woman's pubic hair on fire. He didn't set his own pubic hair on fire.
What the fuck, Russell? You come on a lesbian show with this fucking bullshit.
Well, that's just a minor part of his story.
What was that?
I mean, he's getting ready to die. That's coming up soon. I don't dwell on the unfortunate shit he did to women and other people. I tried to focus more on his music.
Because that's what people really want to talk about.
No, I just thought it would be different. I was like, well, I actually like his music, so let me talk about his music. Like, if someone wants to listen to some of his shit, Uncle Russ has already done it for you.
All right.
Like the women that come out and Me Too'd Marilyn Manson get really shocked that Gigi Allen would be into some weird shit and might want to hurt you and get off on it sexually. See? He said he probably would have been a serial killer or a mass murderer.
Yeah, he was Ghostbusters.
Loved rock and roll so much.
Yeah.
I need to clear up something. I don't want Jarva or anyone thinking that I'm not being a good lesbian. Gigi had a lot of mental problems, and instead of getting help for it, he used it as his muse and wrote songs about how fucked up he was and all his bizarre fantasies and shit. So yeah, I'm not saying he was cool, and yeah, I'd love my daughter to date Gigi Allen.
Okay. Right.
Like, I would really be protective of Jarva if she was dating Gigi Allen.
Okay, thank you.
You wouldn't want her to be burned or shit on or have peed on or.
No, I'd kick his ass. I mean, I guess I could kick his ass. I'd try, Jarva. I would.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm going to end up accidentally against my will dating Gigi Allen,
It's impossible. Yeah, if you think about it, it is completely impossible to do something like that. So that's good. So what I'm talking about is all in the past. Not that it lessens any of it, but we're talking about someone that lived to the ripe old age of 35 or 36, and he's been dead for 30 some years now. 31 years, I believe.
Yeah, just watch out for those Gigi Allen impersonators.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to fuck with them.
I mean,
and most of your serial killers are really into rough sex.
The biggest Gigi Allen person.
Who is?
I made a good point here. Can you back that up? I go into some of the psychology, that sort of aspect of Gigi.
See, he said he probably would have been a serial killer or a mass murderer if he hadn't loved rock and roll so much. And most of your serial killers are really into rough sex, and if they're gay, torturing other men; if they're straight, torturing women. So he was in prison, and I think he came out even worse. Like what happens to a lot of people. He was even more filled with hate for everyone. But that didn't stop him. His brother Merle, while Gigi was in prison, rehearsed a band.
What's going on? What's up?
Brother Merle is still making money off of Gigi, right?
Yeah, yeah. What's up with your mic, dude?
It doesn't sound like. Does it sound bad?
Oh, it sounds ridiculous. It sounds like you're talking through a tunnel. Yeah. Work on that. Work on your mic.
Murder junkies. And we're going to leave out a couple people I don't really want to mention. But the main murder junkies, the classic murder junkies band was Merle on bass, Dino on drums, and William Weber on guitar. Great band, by the way. And so Gigi gets out. And in my opinion,
all right, it's better.
They do his best album. They record his best album, Brutality and Bloodshed for All.
Pause it real quick.
Which I really like a lot. He's got a lot of singles.
What's up?
Russ, that's a Russ, dude. Gigi Allen's brother is making a lot of money off of Gigi right now. Okay, you can play it again.
All right.
And stuff too, and there's like several compilations, like You Give Love a Bad Name, Freaks, Faggots, Drunks, and Junkies, stuff like that. Expose Yourself, the singles is a good compilation. A lot of stuff by Gigi. The suicide sessions, the masturbation sessions, all that kind of hot stuff available. I think you can stream it like anywhere. Like any streaming service will have plenty of Gigi on it, hopefully. So where do we leave off? Okay, Out of Prison, Murder Junkies, Gigi Allin Manifesto. Also, this must have been before he was in prison. He did the album Murder Junkies with the band Anti-Scene, who are still going. Anti-Scene, North Carolina.
Anti-Scene still going?
They're still
Wow,
playing to this
that.
day. But that is also a really good album. Though.
This is Cool Boy.
Oh,
You know Cool Boy?
yeah, he was on here before.
CB.
Oh, of course I do. I've known him for a long time now.
Yeah, so he was saying
Too long, Russell. You've known me for too long, dude.
Too long, yeah. But he is right. His brother's whole main way of making money is off of Gigi Allin. That and selling.
I heard his brother's taking shits and selling them on eBay and shit like that. Like some weird. Yeah, this is what I've seen.
I didn't go into Merle that much. I kind of. Merle is unusual, huh? Well, and he's still alive.
The whole Gigi Allin family is unusual. That was a whole weird thing. They named her son Jesus Christ. Imagine naming your son Jesus Christ. That's insane.
That is
How do you
pretty
expect your
psychotic.
Yeah, well, Merle Allin Sr., he was fucking crazy, man. He was a mean bastard.
Was he a Bible flipper guy, probably?
Yeah, that's why he had all these religious visions and shit.
Yeah.
I actually learned from somebody that he outlived Gigi and lived close within a couple miles of where Gigi's funeral was and didn't attend his son's funeral when he could have walked to it if he wanted to.
Oh my god. Well, I think Gigi would have. He's probably laughing in hell right now, Gigi, at that. He's probably like, oh fuck.
I think Gigi admired how hateful his father was. So the fact that his father hated him, he respected that. He was like, my dad's cool. He can't stand me. I can't stand him either.
I like that. I like some of the songs. That guy got fucking. That guy was in a weird religious fucking family, dude. This shit. You ever heard about that?
Your mic is again. What happened to your mic, dude? It goes from really good to really shitty.
I'm on a treadmill right now. I have to ride the treadmill and it powers up my mic.
Let's figure that out.
The Creed guy had the worst history. His dad was like a weird religious cult guy. It's not even a cult when it gets the lead singer of Creed. He got fucking beaten and shit like that. Like it was bad, dude. It wasn't nearly as bad as Gigi Allin's upbringing, I don't think.
Okay. So
Gigi Allin's the shit guy.
Yeah,
his story's insane. Like he had to wake up at a certain time and do everything. He was on the clock every day.
All right.
And
let's hear Russell talk about it. Russell's probably going to say that.
Gigi Allin and Anti-Scene album. So, okay. Unfortunately, he didn't live very long, so this is not a very long story. Let me see. Okay, he would have been 36, unfortunately, when he died. And a little bit of personal trivia. He played Virginia on last tour
Boxing.
in 93, just like a week or so before he died. He played in Richmond. I can't remember where it was now, but I was only 16. I wouldn't have been able to get in. G.G. Allin shows were not all ages, or they weren't all ages
That
in
was the
Virginia back in
Metro, everybody.
1993.
I
Trust
looked
me.
it up afterwards. That club was called the Metro in Richmond. It's now a seafood restaurant and some
So the
parking
gas.
lots. So,
Wait,
there
what
we
happened?
go.
So something about the Metro?
That was the club Gigi played in Virginia right before he died. It's no longer a club. It's a seafood restaurant and some parking lots in that area now.
Oh.
Wow, man. So
Alright.
what do they sell? What do they? What's their best? What's the best thing you can buy in the menu? A shit sandwich with
I
poop
don't
in
know
it.
where it would be. I have no idea where the Metro was. I never went there.
Gigi Allen.
Station.
I like his music, man. I think it's good music.
Yeah, it's good. It's good shit.
The last show, you can see that on YouTube. See a lot of this stuff and listen to a lot of this stuff on YouTube. Gigi, also around this time, is doing the talk show circuit, so you're just getting some pretty good publicity.
Yeah.
He was on Geraldo, Springer, Jane Whitney, all those shows. And I think he was basically expressing the Gigi Allen manifesto on those talk shows. So the Murder Junkies, unfortunately, Gigi Allen and the Murder Junkies, their last gig at the gas station did not last for very long. Gigi Allen had been doing cocaine. I mentioned before, he was fond of drugs, and he was in a real shitty mood. No pun intended. And the show did not last long at all. And there was all this violent crap going on. And so he decided just to go hang out with some friends and score some heroin, or they already had it, and invited him to it. He talked about wanting to do more spoken word stuff and his plans for the future. But unfortunately, being more of a drinker than anything, he wasn't used to doing that much heroin, and he died. June the 28th of 1993.
Heroin.
I'm
is
pretty
the
sure it
cheapest
was
drug of all time.
unintentional. I think he just liked to party a whole lot and didn't.
You're a heroin guy?
Me?
Yeah.
Or me.
Either one.
I've done heroin. Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
I've done it before. We were talking about that the other night, me and Cool
Oh,
Boy.
that's right. Oh, okay.
Points of
yeah,
heroin.
man.
Schmacky. Yeah, it's been years.
You can't fucking. It always makes me really sick. I've never.
Yeah, me too. That's why I never did it again after this.
I'm allergic to it, like real bad. And they say alcohol is an allergen, also. You know.
Yeah,
But like,
I think you can be allergic to pot too, can't you? Where it makes your throat sore.
I'm not a big pot
Yeah.
guy, but yeah, I used to be a pothead. Yeah.
I think pot's not really like that, though, dude. You smoke pot, you're cool, you're chill.
All right, there. Yeah. So, okay. Is that just when you walk? Anyway, let's get back to the video.
I think it's winding
Didn't have a
down.
cutoff point. I think when he passed out was his cutoff point, probably, which is true for a lot of us. I'm not saying that's unique to him. But Gigi, of course, everyone, you can see his funeral. Well, the funeral for the friends and fans. There was a closed casket one for the family, his mother, and I don't even know if his father. They would have both still been alive. His father would have still been alive. I don't know if he went to the funeral or not, but
He did not.
poor Gigi. He really is one of those people, if you think about it. Yeah, like Spooky Girl said, he died doing what he loved. He gave his life to doing what he loved.
So, like, why didn't his dad go?
And he might have been an actor.
Did his dad hate him?
His dad hated everyone, remember?
Yeah. But there was no, like, later on, like, return to the son?
No, because Gigi would have been even worse than his father, possibly. I guess. I'm guessing they wouldn't have gotten along too well. adult Gigi and his father.
Yeah.
Like the thing about being too much alike,
That
you
can
don't
be
get
a
along with some people. You too much like them.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely know that problem.
I
think in a way,
somewhat of a normal life. Gigi Allen did not
humanized.
have a normal life at all. It was just fucking crazy.
Cool.
And Gigi Allen
Wait,
is fucking insane.
your mic's doing a thing again. Where it,
Yeah. Anyway, so it's like, dude, I grew up in somewhat of a normal family, right? I somewhat, but Gigi Allen just grew up in a fucking crazy ass fucking family. It's like, I don't know, man. Gigi Allen's insane, dude. His whole life story. Wikipedia, it, guys. Russell's telling us all about it, dude.
Yeah, why do we need Wikipedia? We got Russell.
Great music. It was great music.
Asshole to people. He might have been into some really fucked up shit, but he was an entertainer. He hated being called a performance artist, but isn't that what he kind of was? I mean,
he was kind of a performance artist, yeah.
I think so. I think that's what he's remembered for. Everyone knows who Gigi Allen is now. And from what I understand, he had antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and was narcissistic. So he probably would love the fact that everyone knows who he is now, honestly, and that you can get bobblehead dolls of him and all that stuff. He'd probably be delighted at how well known he is now.
I stand by that, Ghostbusters.
Would say that he was his own god and his own devil.
Gigi Allen sounds like a modern day American Dream. American Dream is the modern day Gigi Allen, right?
Sort of. Yeah, a lot of similarities.
So you were saying you stand by
American Dream eats his shit. I think
because
American Dream has kind of gone. Yeah, dude, Gigi Allen is.
He would love how
American Dream.
Everyone knows his name. It's like Charles Manson or Ted Bundy. You say Gigi Allen, people are like, yeah, that guy that shit.
Yeah. Before the internet, the crazy guy that ate his shit.
Yeah.
So I think he was one of those people where he liked attention, be it good or bad attention. Just the fact.
I remember watching it back in the day, watching a Gigi Allen, like an old school VHS video where a woman just fucking took a big ass woman just took a fucking hot shitty piss into his mouth. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he was
a performance artist though.
Kind of stuff. That was his sex life was being shit on and pissed on and masturbating.
Yeah, like the computer guy, the McAfee.
Oh yeah, good fucking comparison, Hostbuster. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Someone just really into the weirdest sex shit possible. But
here's the thing though. Nowadays, I know a lot of these people who are into the most weirdest sex shit, and they're not really. They talk about all this shit on the sex sites, but they're really not known. Like, I don't know what's going on. I think the government's trying to come down on these people, not let them express themselves.
Yeah.
Well, see, Gigi Allen, he would write songs about all the stuff he was into, so it wasn't like he was like a secret.
He wrote very good songs, also.
The songs, it's like.
He's got a bunch of songs about.
You can actually hear lyrics, and it actually has a fucking. You can fucking sing along to it. It sounds more more Black Metal songs, honestly.
Your sound card fucked up. What's
no,
going
it's good
on?
now, dude.
Lyrics to black metal lyrics.
I like G.G. Allin because you kind of hear his lyrics and you can hear the darkness in the music, but like Norwegian black metal, not shit. You can't. I think I like G.G. Allin more than I like that fucking shit.
Cool. All right.
Feces and blood and urine. Sacraments. So yeah, was he fucking around or was he serious? See, that's the interesting thing with G.G. Allin. You don't really know. Was he just bullshitting about stuff or did he really honestly believe a lot of this stuff? I couldn't tell you. I didn't know him. I don't know anyone that knew him. But I've heard a lot of people say that they liked G.G. One comment I liked was, yeah, he was fucked up, but he was my friend. So yeah, he had his buddies and stuff. His brother obviously loved him a lot. Merle. Unfortunately, the Murder Junkies, they had a great lineup. It was Dino, Merle, a guitarist who went by many names. Dwayne Rollick is the one I remember. And a lead singer, P.P. DeVay. And they did some good stuff, man. They did two really good albums, Road Killer and A Killing Tradition, and a pretty good album, the last one they did, Killing for Christ's Sakes. I like them all personally. But unfortunately, that lineup is no longer together, and I really couldn't tell you what the Murder Junkies are doing now. I've not kept up with them. But G.G. is still around. He's still with us, in spirit at least. I think a lot of what he did on stage, probably a lot of people copied. And it's not really considered nearly as offensive as it would have been back when he was doing it. So yeah, G.G. Allin, man of many releases. He was on Homestead Records for a while. Did the Expose Yourself EP, which is classic. A lot of his old stuff is worth a lot of money too. A lot of it was bootleg, but I think even the bootlegs are probably worth money now. But G.G., like I said, Spotify, all those places, you can check them out if you want to. I would recommend just going for it. Just check out some G.G. Allin. You might like it, you might not. It's like that with everything, right? But I personally am a fan. I picked two of my favorites because these are ones I actually have copies of. Or the first solo album, Eat My Fuck, and the last, or first and last, or one of the first and the last, Brutality and Bloodshed for All, which I think those are probably streaming too. I would imagine. Yeah. So yeah, G.G. Allin, everybody. Rock and roll.
I would say
saved his life. Modern, and also killed him too.
In the modern age, I would say the only one that captured G.G. Allin's spirit sonically with music is probably Marilyn Manson. And the guy's supposed to be a giant creep, but I'm going back and listening to Marilyn Manson, dude. There's a lot of G.G. Allin. I feel like there's a lot of G.G. Allin vibes in that music. Way more satanic, Luciferian, but like same kind of vibe, dude.
Yeah. So it's just like a certain type of guy that turns into this. What do you think, Russell, Jarva? Do you see that comparison as well?
Oh, G.G. to Marilyn Manson?
Yeah.
I guess sort of, but so different musically. It's hard to really compare.
G.G. Allin,
maybe a little bit.
All right.
G.G. music was so fucking sounds so good. Alice Cooper was like before those guys.
Yeah, I'm a big Alice Cooper fan, so I give him a lot of credit for the stuff that Marilyn Manson did.
And Kiss, he said that too, but G.G. Allin, like, it kind of captures the spirit. Marilyn Manson was too pussy to do Marilyn Manson was too pussy to do what Gigi Allen did, you know. But in the early '90s, the most in the early '90s, the most shocking shit was Marilyn Manson. It's like fucking arc. There's no way Marilyn Manson was like. He's like, I want to be like Gigi Allen. I think Marilyn Manson and he, not even close to fucking Gigi Allen, dude.
Yeah, well, it's like all those, like a lot of serial killers, cool boy. They've just admitted that they wanted to be like Ted Bundy.
Yeah, why would you want to be Ted Bundy, dude?
But I'm thinking that's probably like a lot of those guys would like to be like Gigi, but they can't. You know, they just can't go that far.
I feel like Gigi had like he was the type of guy where like probably God spoke to him and like he had some kind of just natural talent just to do everything he did. I don't think he play any musical instruments growing up.
Yeah, he started off on drums. He could play drums and guitar.
Yeah. He's kind of just a front guy, right?
Well, yeah, live he usually just did the vocals and stuff, but a lot of his records are him playing like everything on them. He just made up fake names for he made up fake names for the drummer and stuff like that, but it was just him. Sometimes it was just him and his brother Merle, but they would make up fake names so it seemed more like a band. But he did a lot. He had to do his stuff. It was all self-financed, and he was using like the old 4-track cassette recorders where you had to edit tape and stuff like that and overdub.
I listened to Gigi Allen and the Murder Junkies like not too long ago, and I was like just fucking blown away. Just great. I loved every song he sang. Every
you
fucking
could probably
song.
Play something like Ghostbusters. You could probably
Ghostbusters. They're not gonna take you down for
what, for Gigi Allen?
Or you could play this. You could play the fucking who was the talk show back in the day? Jerry Springer. Gigi Allen episode. That was fucking great.
Jerry Springer.
I know one. Yeah, Ghostbusters. Check out one called Gigi Allen Talk Soup Clips. That should be good.
Talk Soup was my favorite growing up. John Henson, dude.
Talk Soup.
That's my Gigi Allen.
All right. Who was your Gigi Allen? Was Jerry
John Henson from Talk Soup? He was the comedy guy.
Okay. All right. Talk Soup clips featuring Gigi Allen. All right.
I'm masturbating right now. This is my wet dream, dude.
Unfortunate to know.
Play the video, dude.
I didn't need to know that. But what's up with your mic? And I am going to get to the video. Why does your mic sound really good and then really shitty all of a sudden?
I have to keep changing it. I'm working on Linux, dude.
Just keep changing it. What?
Well, just sit back and enjoy this, cool boy.
Yeah,
I will. Hey, stop harassing me, Ghostbusters.
All right, I'm not harassing you, but okay.
To be a Frank Sinatra fan.
Rock and roll is the fury from within you. Rock and roll is revenge. Rock and roll is your enemy, and I'm your enemy.
And what do you do at your concerts?
I do whatever it takes. If somebody's in my way, I'll take them out. You know, they're there. They're my enemy. I don't look at them. They're not my friends.
Okay.
Whoever's left at the end, then maybe I'll take them on as allies because they were strong enough to be there.
Okay, but the audience is sitting out here, and you're up on stage. What do you do on stage?
I might go out and kick somebody in the head. I might grab a girl and force her to perform oral sex with me. I've had sex on stage with men, women, and animals, and everything in between. See, the thing of it is, in rock and roll, there can be no limits or no laws, because when you start drawing laws and limits, then you might as well not
Crazy.
even call it rock and roll anymore. You might as well sell out to the corporate government like it's already done.
It's not rock and roll. There's nothing
It
to do
is
with
rock and roll.
Isn't it true that you're just going on stage?
No, that's your opinion. You're part of the society that I despise. You're part of the people that say we should listen to this, we should watch MTV, we should be
Ghostbusters
force-fed.
looks like
Parents in this country they're keeping their kids, they're sheltering their kids, they're censoring their kids, telling their kids to stay away from what's really going on in the real world. Those are the very people who are getting raped and killed because they don't know how to handle tragedy because they're never put in front of a tragic situation. And when they come to my show, I'm going to give them the hard lesson of life. If you get raped at my show, you're probably better off for it.
What the fuck?
Tickets are only $12.50.
That's Greg Kinnear, guys. That's
revolting
Greg Kinnear, dude. That's Greg Kinnear, bro. That's not
All
John Henson. Talk Soup I like is John Henson. Look that up.
All right, we can look.
Star said he's seen
All right, we'll go about this.
people leave his concerts with broken arms and legs on
That's
stretchers.
G.G. Allen.
Artists, you cannot conform. You must be a true
What?
G.G. Allen.
GG Allen?
Hey,
non-conformist.
this is a good clip. I would play this.
Okay.
I am the man.
Okay.
All you have to do is listen to what I have to say.
This is awesome.
Who told you you were the Messiah?
I said I was. And I am because these kids, I get letters from all over the world. People worship me. They come to my shows. I'm going to rape the girls. I might rape the guys. I might have sex. I want it all. I want it all, and I'm going to have it all.
Okay, let me
Because
ask.
I am everything.
All right, yeah. You go way beyond sex, drugs, and rock and roll in your performances. You self-mutilate on
I
stage.
self-mutilate. I beat the out of my audience. If they're in my way, I take them out. I don't care. I don't care about anybody or anything. When you come to my show, I'm the boss. I'm the king. You do what I say. You can challenge me. I have no.
Did he get applause for saying he was going to rape his audience?
I think so, dude. These are
Yeah.
90s people, dude. This is 1990, dude. These people are retarded.
problem.
Yeah.
I like the confrontation.
Yeah.
But you're going to lose.
All right. Are you proud of what you do?
Absolutely proud of what I do.
Why are you proud of what you do?
Because I am who I am, and I'm not a phony like everybody else out there. I am real. And how many of you can, at 35 years old, sleep with 16, 12, 13-year-old girls and boys and animals?
What the
Hey, this is the
fuck,
life.
dude?
I got it all.
Yes, folks, that was
Ago.
Teen Heartthrob.
Wow. Teen Heartthrob, GG Allen. Holy
Check
fuck.
out fucking Talk Soup, John Henson from the 90s.
Man.
Fucking Hostbusters. I'm
All
older
right.
than you. Let me tell you what comedy is, bro.
All right.
G.G. Allen, number
All right.
one.
You guys don't see the humor in someone like G.G. Allen? Is it
Of
just
course,
me?
dude.
Yes,
that thinks
yes,
that
I'm laughing
Wait.
my fucking ass
Yeah,
off right now, Russell
I'm
Cooke.
sorry. I just think he's funny. I don't take him serious or think that. I'm not going to say,
I'm
yeah,
just saying,
rape your
like, I like
audience
G.G.
and
Allen.
shit on the women in the stage. No, I just think he was fucking
Oh,
Like-
okay, Russell. Say that on YouTube right now. Say that
like a wrestling,
canceled. Yeah.
like the worst wrestling heel ever was G.G. Allen. He was like the bad
Wrestling's
guy.
gay. G.G. Allen's cool, man. G.G. Allen rules. Russell.
Yeah, I think he was just really funny.
I'm laughing and cringing at the same time, you know. I
Yeah,
can't believe
his
saying it.
dicky attitude, his dicky attitude towards life was funny. That he expressed it for everyone to
Then
enjoy.
he died of a drug overdose. He shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he
That's-
probably was happy just to be fucked up and die.
yeah, he probably was. You were correct about
Yeah,
that.
he was like, he's like, cool. I'll die from heroin like Jim Morrison and those other people.
Dude, a famous actor, what's his name? That I really liked. His name is he won Best Actor. His name
Philip
is,
Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's my favorite actor of all time. And he died of a heroin overdose. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know if I see any John Henson, GG Allen. Are you sure there was?
No, but
Jim,
I think
or
it just
no.
means but that's when you love something a lot. It can do both. It can. Spooky, thank you. Thank you very much. That sums it up better than I could have. Spooky Girl says his music and fan base is still very much alive. He left his mark. I couldn't have said it any better myself. So everybody, Gigi Allin, this was requested. Thank you for tuning in. We could go way deep into Gigi Allin, but I would have to take a bunch of notes and stuff, and I just have a handy piece of paper right here. And I think I pretty much talked about, I don't think if I left out anything in comments, you can tell me what I left out. But yeah, early influences, the Monkees, the Beatles, later on MC5, Stooges, Dead Boys, I think Sex Pistols too. Have you ever heard Kill City by Iggy Pop and James Williamson? That sounds like that was something that early Gigi was really into. Loved Hank Williams Sr., felt that he was a kindred spirit. I kind of feel like a kindred spirit because 8/29/56. I was born 8/27/76. So when I was born, young Gigi was 2 days away from turning 20. So yeah, getting a little silent, getting a little. It's a shame that he died so young, but I don't really think he wanted to live very long. He had always planned on committing suicide on stage Halloween night, but he always was locked up for something. He was, in the hospital a lot for various blood poisonings, broken bones and stuff. He did other little stints in jail for various offenses and stuff like that. So he was a wild ass motherfucker. He wasn't putting on anything. He was the real deal. I mean, I think he proved that he wasn't fucking around. That he wasn't going to just wait till he got on a major label and start making jingle jangle commercial pop. He was Gigi Allin, and I have a feeling that even now he'd probably be doing country music because he was really into, like I said, Hank Sr., David Allan Coe. Big fan of Tiny Tim, who I also am a big fan of. So everybody, I'd like to thank y'all individually for showing up. Spooky, Betty and Eddie. There we go. That rhymes. I hope this was enjoyable to anyone who listened to it. It's not very long. And it's like a rerun of Bewitched in length. Personally, that's one of my favorite shows, Bewitched. Love it. I'm a big fan of both Darrens, too. I don't even have a favorite Darren. I think both of them were equally as good. So everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Brutal Mafia or someone going under the name Brutal Mafia for picking Gigi Allin, because it would have been really dark if I'd have done something on Wesley Allen Dodd or Richard Trenton Chase. And the Zodiac Killer is fucking confusing too. So this one was kind of fun to do. I enjoy Gigi. I don't think he was all that bad. I think he might have punched you in the face or something like that, but he drank a lot. And when you drink a lot, you're not always on your best behavior. That's why I quit drinking, because I wasn't wild like Gigi Allin when I drank, but I could be a total asshole and get into fights and stuff like that. And I wanted to live past 36. Sometimes I wonder why, but getting old is not that bad. I've actually enjoyed it because I am older than Gigi. We're both Virgos. He August 29th, me August 27th. But I can feel sort of I hate to say it, but for years and years now, I kind of feel like if I don't know, if I just went in a direction, I could have been a lot like Gigi. You know, your band and your girlfriend with your child leaves you at the same time, probably fucks you up pretty bad when you're late 20s. And the Jim Beam The fire water definitely didn't help things. The love of violence, love of golden showers and being vomited and shit on and stuff like that. Extremely kinky sex. He was a big fan of. That's too much of that is probably bad for you. I'm gonna guess. You're just like constantly being degraded or degrading other people. It's probably not.
All right, so Russell, it sounds like you related
I'm
to
just
this.
sort of, but yeah, I really I stand by what I said. I think that it's probably bad for you spiritually if you're always involved in sex where someone's shitting in your mouth or something like that. You know what I mean? It probably does something to your soul and heart over time.
I have to say that's your soul, your heart, probably your body, your digestive system.
Yeah. But he just everything for Gigi had to be fucked up, you know. His best friends, serial killers, to him getting shit on or drinking somebody's urine was sex. Yeah, it's pretty out there.
Yeah.
Not good for your soul. You should try to have some passion instead of just vomit and shit and stuff. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm by no means any sort of relationship therapist or anything like that. But Gigi Allin, August 29th, 1956, died June 28th, 1993. You will not be forgotten, sir. There are people still to this day, like Spooky said, massive fans of you and your music, your whole image, your tattoos, everything about you is beloved, Mr. Gigi Allin. So you did. You are really famous. Unfortunately, like a lot of people, it took him dying to get famous, but he's extremely well known now. You say the name Gigi Allin, people know who you're talking about. So his mission ended in termination, vicinity of death, but he's famous. Yeah, his father especially, Eddie, was very weird. His mother seemed like a very sweet lady, though. I think she wanted only the best for Merle and Kevin, as she called him, which was his legal name, because Jesus Christ Allin, that's what his father named him. But from the story I saw, was when he was registered for school, his name was legally changed to Kevin Michael Allin. And Gigi was supposedly because Merle, his older brother, couldn't pronounce Jesus and called him Gigi. That's what I've heard. Is that true or not? But yes, born Jesus Christ Allin. Thank you, everybody. This is getting real rambly now. But Gigi Allin kind of has that effect on me. An assault of the senses. A pleasant sort of confusion. And unlike his father, Gigi Allin loved pleasure. He just got off on some weird shit. And unfortunately, some of it was illegal and would get you in trouble and imprisoned. But he died with his boots on, as they say, and I think someone in chat said it too. All this stuff is available to witness for your own pleasure on YouTube. You can hit up Merle Allin for Gigi anything. If you have a lot of money, you can even get stuff that belonged to Gigi himself. So happy bidding on all that. That's weird because Merle was pen pals with a bunch of serial killers too, but that stuff is collectible, believe it or not, and he was able to sell it. Gigi's stuff, I guess he inherited all the Gigi's stuff he would have had too. So yeah, Gigi Allin. I always think it's weird when people become pen pals with serial killers, although I guess a lot of people that listen to my stream would assume that I'm into that and do it. No, I mean, I am, I guess fascinated. is the term. Extremely interested in true crime, but I mean, they're all going to just lie to you about everything. Serial killers, that's what they're known for. I mean, besides killing people in a pattern with a cooling off period and all that, is that they just lie about everything. Every serial killer does.
That's
So
true, Hostbusters. That's the
I want to
fucking
communicate
God's
with
honest
people
truth.
I can't trust.
Yeah.
Like, if everything you say is...
They're all compulsive liars. I guess, I mean,
yeah.
Before they even get to the... Is that like a tell? Is that, you know?
I think everything they do is to try to manipulate and control people. Like, that's all they want to do with everyone.
Yeah.
They're that, whatever you call it. Malignant narcissists, whatever. Because I've noticed so many of them. Like, if you've ever seen interviews with them and stuff, they're just really dishonest people. I hate to say that about serial killers, but I wouldn't trust them, anybody.
You wouldn't trust them.
And yeah, who wants to be pen pals? I mean, I guess because, like, you can collect the letters and they become monetarily worth something. You can auction them on weird sites that sell that. They call it murderabilia. But
Wait, what do they sell? They sell like their
anything. Like, I saw a paperback book that Ted Bundy had written his name in, selling for like a couple $1,000s. And I swear one site even said it had a half-eaten burrito of Charles Manson's.
Wow. That's great. But how do they prove? I mean, is there any proof of this authenticity?
A certificate of authenticity? I don't know. See, whenever I see that stuff, it just blows me away that people would spend that kind of money on what I think would be haunted and cursed shit. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you a little personal story. I had a girlfriend very briefly, and she had a bunch of letters from Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and she kept them hidden in an old purse so no one would find them.
So, wait, letters from who? Sorry, who did you say they were
Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Oh.
Which I can do. Hey, if we start doing the true crime stuff again, I can do a little thing on Richard Ramirez.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice throwback segment to bring back, because people who remember it would like to get into it, I think.
Is Cool Boy still here, or who's
he was here?
Jarva?
Jarva, yeah.
Where is she?
A real or Jarva? I'm not sure.
Because we gotta I just want to make sure that Jarva is okay with weird true crime stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because the ones I've been thinking about doing recently, and there's not really just, I find them interesting, and there's like, fucked up shit about them. Danny Rowling, Richard Trenton Chase, Otis Toole, Arthur Shawcross, and Wesley Allen Dodd. It's really unpleasant shit, but I think I can do it in a cleaned up PG-13 kind of way.
Yeah. Okay. You're saying it's like some, even as far as like,
it's gruesome, and some involves children, and like if people don't like to hear about things happening to children, but I wouldn't be graphic about it in any sort of way.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
One of them I wanted to do to show how I hope it's not the case anymore, but one of them, Hostbusters, I just wanted to show how lenient the system could be on child predators. Like, if you didn't kill a child, you could do like 3 years, serve half of that for good behavior. You could get out of jail for like 1.5 years for having sex with or molesting a child back in the 80s. And there was a lot of repeat offenders who just kept getting the lightest sentences possible.
Has this changed over the years, or
I'm hoping so. I hope to God it's not like it was in the 80s, because this Wesley Allen Dodd guy, he got fucking like a golden ticket. He got out of so much trouble for doing all sorts of shitty, hideous things.
he got a golden?
Like it
So
actually.
what? Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's like he would molest some children, expose himself to someone, you know, rape someone, do something like that, and he'd get like, you know, a warning.
Did he have connections
time.
or something like to
I
the
don't
law?
see- I think he was such a like little mousy, namby-pamby kind of guy. I think people just felt sorry for him. Like, it was like, yeah, this guy's pitiful.
That's weird.
But yeah, it just emboldened him to become, you know, do worse and worse things to children because he kept getting away with it, you know.
I guess there's a certain type of person who's that like who's able to be manipulated by someone's appearance and just tricked into thinking they're a good guy. I guess. I mean, that's
Yeah, because
I
his
have a
own
hard time
father,
imagining it, but
his own father said that he knew that he molested children when he was a teenager, but he said that he got good grades in school and wasn't involved in drugs, so he was a good kid despite being a pedophile. Like that kind of shit.
Wow. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to
there's
believe
those
people were
people,
that slack. Like everyone now just wants to instantly lynch pedophiles.
Yeah. Well, it was
But
the
back then, people
80s.
were like, "Well, he's a smart kid. He doesn't do drugs. He just molests children all the time." Yeah, it's really weird. And like a judge being like, "Well, you'll do better next time. I'm sure you'll never do this again. No time served."
Yeah. Gosh. Oh,
Unpleasant. Very unpleasant.
Is there any more in this Gigi Allen?
I know. I believe that is over with.
Okay. All right. There's like a few more. There's like a minute left. You think there's something there?
Huh? Let it roll. I have no idea.
Let it roll.
Is a lie. I'm not going to want to talk to you, even if you are Richard Ramirez or whoever. And plus, yeah, I just think that's bad karma, I guess. If a serial killer is your hero, how good is your life? What kind of person are you if you admire Ted Bundy for what he did or something like that? I do think that's weird. But I can understand the feeling of just hating everyone, but I couldn't imagine having a like John Wayne Gacy or someone like that as an inspiration or hero. Because serial killers, that's all they're known for is they kill people. So anyway, before I just keep rambling, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you to anyone who tunes in presently or in the future. I enjoy doing this. This was a pleasure to talk about Gigi. I could talk about Gigi for a long time, but it would be really rambly and unscripted. See, I was kind of doing that here. I don't want to get too clusterfucky about everything. So I will just wrap it up by saying life sucks, scumfuck.
That was a tattoo Gigi had on one of his arms. It said, "Life sucks, scumfuck."
Wow. So that's
yeah, he's an interesting guy, you know.
Like
I have to,
yeah.
You gotta admit, he is pretty fucking interesting. Kind of like in a way that a serial killer would be.
Yeah, like seeing him on those talk shows, like seeing him like with his crazy hat and his crazy outfit, it is pretty entertaining. Like I have to admit, like he's just, I don't know, he's silly, he's over the top, he's wild.
Yeah, I guess with time too, it's like if you saw that, like when I saw that when I was a teenager, I was like, wow, this guy's really fucked up. But now I just think of it as like, yeah, he's really just over the top doing this just to be, to be obnoxious and confrontational and stuff.
So do you think it was mostly just to get people riled up, to get people to go crazy? Most of it wasn't.
Yeah, I think that's what he wanted. He liked to play in front of people, and he liked there to be violence, and he liked it to be just, center of attention, focal point.
Yeah.
And he liked to hurt people too. I mean, I did say that quite a few times. He liked being hurt, and he liked hurting other people. So
did he ever want to do like a lawsuit type of thing?
Gigi? I don't think
No, I mean,
he
did
ever.
people ever want to have lawsuits against him?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he got a couple times he broke public indecency laws and got arrested and served a little bit of time.
Yeah. So but what about like encouraging people to fight and all that stuff in his audience? Did that ever come back against him?
I think, yeah, that could be considered inciting a riot or something like that. Promoting destructive behavior or something like that. Yeah, so it depended on where he was, and every state's laws are different. If someone was after him, they could have just gone to one of his concerts and busted him for all sorts of stuff. I mean, he probably had drugs on him. He was going to shit. He was going to show his dick. He was going to beat up people and stuff. So
there was a lot, a lot of content.
The entertainers worked hard back then, if you think about it. He did go through a lot just to put on a 15-minute show that probably made him no money.
Yeah. Wait. So, like, do you think there's a modern? We were trying to decide: is there a modern Gigi Allin?
I don't know. Like, do you think that would still be like even? Because I saw something seriously like about a year ago where a female front woman of a band, she pissed on someone that came on stage. And I was thinking, well, nothing really happened to her for doing that. And it barely made any sort of ripples in the headlines or anything. So I guess it's not considered that unusual now.
They can get away with it.
I guess. I don't know about shitting. Like, no really famous people are known for shitting on stage or anything like that. No. Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe in the future. If we're lucky. We'll find somebody. Well, maybe, hopefully society is better that we're not creating a bunch of Gigi Allins, I guess. Like, artistically, yes, but not mentally. Probably not a good thing. I guess there's always got to be that, art needs victims. People need to be mentally ill in order to create great art, or at least that's the theory. I don't know. Maybe it's
not. But it would be funny if you were to do like a stand-up show and you thought that the audience just didn't respond well, so you pulled your pants down and took a shit and then started throwing it.
Oh God, yeah. I feel like now that I think about it, it is pretty funny. Yeah. All right. Well, did
always
you
think of the people that how like the first couple rows at a Gallagher show would bring the plastic when he started smashing up the fruits and stuff?
Yeah.
I imagine a Gigi show would be like that. After a while, you just cover yourself with plastic when he started throwing his shit or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And one thing I did notice there was some method to the madness when he did play at the Metro in Richmond, Virginia. He did a full set and didn't do anything to break any rules. So he actually would. He had like the wherewithal or whatever to do like regular full length shows and make money for himself and his band when he had to.
When he had to get it together, he was able to figure it out.
Yeah, because you can't just play, you can't tour and do nothing but shows where you lose money. So he would stay reasonably sober and reasonably tame on stage. Probably just, you know, it was a good paying gig. He wanted the band and himself to make money.
Yeah. So they were able to he just found a way to, I don't know.
Yeah, because if you think about it, he probably he played a bunch of shows, but probably only did like the real violent, super shit shows. No pun intended. Occasionally, but everyone remembers them, you know.
Yeah. Now, do you recommend watching the documentary that you mentioned, or that
Yeah, the one from the early 90s, the Todd Phillips guy went on to be a big director. And he started with a G.G. Allin documentary. He did one of the superhero movies or something that's been big the past 10 or 15 years.
Todd Phillips. Did he do trying to remember. Did he do the boat movie? The one about the boat. Everybody makes fun of it. Did he do he did The Hangover and Joker?
I guess look him up if you can. Yeah, that guy that's like a zillionaire now. He started with a Gigi documentary. He was in college in like 1991 or 92. Started filming it, completed it, and then Gigi died, so they added a section about his death at the end. And it came out in 1993. So yeah, it was his first film.
All right. Cool. So it got him started.
I think it was like a Joker film, because I think he said something about wanting his Joker to be kind of like G.G. Allin, which makes sense.
Oh, he kind of based it off that?
He wanted to, yeah. He said that was his thing, is he wanted the Joker to have some G.G. in him.
Okay. So
he really did. I mean, he filmed all the concerts with all the people like fists going everywhere and shit being thrown and stuff like that. He was literally in the trenches doing that.
Okay, so this wasn't like a post-death thing. This was while he was alive. He was filming him.
Yeah, he met with Gigi, told him he wanted to do a documentary about him, and Gigi was cool with it, and the band was cool with it, and he followed him around for a year or so.
Oh,
I'd say it is a good movie. I think Shep Smith brought it up. It's a good movie. But the more recent one that was like a Showtime or Cinemax movie called Allin the Family, that is more of like a it's not as crazy as Hated is. Hated has got some pretty odd stuff in it. Like, it's a hard R rated movie, but Allin the Family is kind of tamer. And plus it kind of humanizes Gigi and everyone.
Okay. Now, do people consider that a good or a bad thing that it humanizes this guy?
I don't know. I like both. I think Hated is a good documentary about Gigi in a certain way, and Allin the Family just kind of shows both sides of him, or many sides of him.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have some things to maybe check out. Would you ever revisit G.G. Allin as a topic, or do you feel like you've said everything?
I'm a big fan, and like when I'm into bands and stuff, I could talk about them whenever.
All right. So what do you call this segment? The Russell Cooke music segment? What was it? Russell's records? Russell's
That was something
We
I
had a
did,
name for
Russell record reviews, but
Oh, that was separate. Okay. That was a separate thing
I
about
don't
records.
know. I guess it's just I'm sort of like saying, hey, if you've never checked out so and so, check out, go on Spotify or whatever and just listen to like the top 5 most played songs by him or something like that. See if you like it.
All right.